Hello everyone and welcome back to our European Journeyman series with Benfica as we look to kick off our second season at the club. Last episode we did manage to win the Supertaça Candido de Oliveira, I think is how you would say that normally. That is actually our fourth piece of Portuguese silverware in a little over 12 months at the club, so we've not done too badly so far. This season we are back in the Champions League after winning the title last time out, and so at the end of this episode we will be playing a Champions League game against a to-be-determined side. But first off, we need to kick off the Primeira Liga against Vitória de Guimarães. We've then got Estoril Praia, Belenenses and Fiorense. We'll end this episode against Paços de Ferreira, but we should be able to pick up 5 straight league wins, I would think. I'm pretty happy with the shape of the squad as well. You'll see today we're using a home formation, which means that Memphis can start on the left wing with Markovic on the right wing, Jimenez down the middle. Pineda is coming into midfield for his debut alongside Lewis Cook, with Thiago Maia making his first start of the season as well. Grimaldo's back at left back with Jardel and Vallejo continuing in the middle. Pinheiro is going to be at right back for this one with Alex Murray in goal. Vallejo bringing the ball forward from defence onto Cook, sent all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now Jardel outside to Vallejo, onto Cook again, who's given the ball away to Guimarães. Now Bruno finds Moreira. Good tackle from Grimaldo, and Pineda picks it up and then immediately loses the ball again. Bruno over the top, and Guimarães has got in on goal, and Murray with another good save. We are being cut open at the back. Andre taking the free kick. It's cleared away and Cook can lead the counter-attack. He's got Markovic up with him. There's another player making a run to Markovic's left. He's going on his own though, and it is saved by Miguel. Pineda's corner sent to the back post. It's dropped to Memphis. There's Jimenez. Back to Lewis Cook, who fires it into the bottom corner and gets our league season up and running. Grimaldo attacking down the left. He finds Memphis. Now Pineda finds Grimaldo again. One in the box to aim for, and he finds Markovic, who puts it home for 2-0. His first goal for the club. Pineda sends the corner in, and there's chaos in the box. There's also a foul from Ruben Ferreira, which means we have a penalty and a chance for 3-0. The penalty is going to be taken by Jimenez. He steps up and he finds the bottom corner. 3-0, the points all secure, and Jimenez is up and running for the new season. Late corner from Horta, swung in. It's come to Pineda, who has fired a rocket into the top corner. A goal on his debut for the youngster, and that is a huge sign of what is to come. Well, there's the full-time whistle. It's a home win, 4 goals, a clean sheet, everything you can ask for in your first league game of the season, and it means we're level at the top with Porto on 4 goals and 3 points. Well, our second match of the league season and this episode is away against Estoril Praia. Now, we have made a new signing. We have brought in Penaranda from Watford. I think I've been looking for about 3 months for a new striker, and he is the best that I can find. He does have very good potential. He's not a world beater by any means, but he should be able to do a very good job for us up front in the Portuguese league, and he'll be able to support Jimenez, who's carrying all of the burden at the moment, and with Zé Gomes in the team as well. I think the 3 strikers between them should be able to do the job this season and hopefully give us a good run in the Champions League as well. And Penaranda is going to start today alongside Jimenez. We're going to use the away formation with Horta playing just behind them, ahead of Lincoln, with Pineda carrying on after a very good debut last time out. He's alongside Cook and Samaris. Grimaldo, Jardel, Vallejo and Gedson Fernandez are the back 4 for this one. Murray's carrying an injury, but as a goalkeeper I'm sure he will be fine. Lewis Cook switches the play to Pineda. He's ricocheted the ball to Samaris. It's come to Horta, edge of the area, and he finds the bottom corner to justify his selection ahead of Lincoln and give us the lead. Afonso throws the ball in. Time has it. Cleared out by Jardel, but not very far, and Mortez has found the bottom corner. It's Montez with the goal, just getting it past the Murray, who seemed to just pull out of that dive. Maybe the injury affecting him, but we need to be careful with shots on our goal. Cook switches the play to Grimaldo on the left flank. He takes it down to the edge of the area and then loses the ball to Tyam. And Montez has got onto it, the goal scorer. And a bad tackle from Jardel. He's almost certainly about to get sent off. That's horrendous. We're down to 10 men and we've been dragged back to 1-1. Vallejo's ball over the top has found Fernandez. He's in behind. He puts the ball in and Jimenez's header puts our 10 men in front. We're 2-1 up. Well, there's the full-time whistle. We have managed to hang on and get a 2-1 win. A very important win given we went down to 10 men so early, and also a sign that we managed to dominate that game despite only having 10 men. Interestingly, Sporting have already dropped points this season, so we moved 2 points clear of our biggest challengers from last season, but Porto and Braga still keeping up with our pace a couple of games in. Well, the Champions League group stage draw is here, and as one of the league winners, we do enter the first seed pot, which is a pretty good thing for us because it means we avoid at least one major team in the group stage. So let's get this draw out of the way. We're in Group C. The other big teams in there are, as you would expect, but the teams we want to avoid in the next round are definitely Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. But Spurs, Dortmund and Chelsea would all be difficult as well. There's not an easy draw here. Juventus get Chelsea, Madrid, Dortmund, and we get Monaco, which is probably as good as we could have hoped for. I mean, Shakhtar maybe would have been a bit better. Now, in this round, there's not really anybody that I'm that afraid of. I think we can beat all of these teams, but there is a chance we could be drawn with our old team, Valencia. But they've gone to Juve and Chelsea. We don't get them. Ajax into the Real and Dortmund group. We get Moscow, which is a team we should be comfortably getting past. And then in the last round of teams, there's nobody in here that I'm afraid of. So let's get this draw over with. We've got Mainz. I mean, that's about as friendlier Champions League group as you could possibly hope for. And we should be winning that as the best team by a stretch. Well, I'm certainly hoping for an easier time against Belenenses than we had in our last match. We're returning to the home formation that got us a 4-0 win in our first match of the league season. It's Memphis, Markovic and Jimenez as the front three. Pineda is alongside Cook in the middle with Thiago Maia just behind them. Arke comes in for the injured Grimaldo at left back with Mamana partnering Vallejo, given that our captain Jardel is out with a suspension. And Gedson Fernandez continues at right back with Pinheiro on the bench. Alex Murray in goal. Fernandez inside to Lewis Cook. Now Pineda loses the ball. Mamana's going to track it down. Vallejo inside to Thiago Maia and on to Pineda, who slips it to Cook. Raul Jimenez now finds Memphis, who's fouled in the box, and we've got a penalty. Well, Raul Jimenez is our usual penalty taker, and he's stepping up today to find the bottom corner and make it 1-0 with his third goal of the season. Belenenses with the throw. It's Thales sending the cross in, and Fabio has pulled an equaliser out of absolutely nowhere just before half-time. Okay, into Memphis. He's fouled by Luis Silva, who's already on a yellow card, and they could be about to go down to 10 men. There's the red card, and we've got 35 minutes to try and find a winner against 10 men. Arke's throw into Memphis. He puts the cross in, and Thales, with a poor touch on the cross, has diverted it into his own net, and we're 2-1 up against the 10 men. Arke into Horta. On the attack, he slips the ball through for Jimenez, and that's a great save from Ventura. Lincoln with the corner into the middle. It's cleared out to Memphis, who finds Pineda. There's Penaranda, and he's only just come on as a substitute before that corner. So that is his first touch on our home stadium, and he scored a goal. Lincoln bringing the ball forward and switching the flank to Arke. It's just behind him. He sends it down the line to Memphis, who's got people to aim at in the middle, but Janvier with a good tackle. Mamana cuts out the ball, but it's straight back with Janvier. Now Arujo. Ball played forward to Udair. He sends it over the top and Saponic has got in behind us. Plays it back to Jailson. Now Udair loses the ball to Cook. He sends it forward to Penaranda. The extra man should tell on this counter-attack. Memphis is in behind. He's in on goal. And Memphis has hit the post. So close to his first goal for the club. Well, there's the full-time whistle. We are going to continue our perfect start to the season with a nice 3-1 victory. It means that we now sit at the top of the table, 3 points clear at least temporarily. Well, we are now the other side of an international break and the transfer window has also closed. So if we just take a quick recap of our transfer history, you'll see that we have let £43.5 million worth of players go. The biggest one being Victor Lindelof. I'm not sure why that screen popped up. But Lindelof going for up to £30.5 million. We also let a couple of other players go, including Ruben Loftus-Cheek for 1.1, Michy Batshuayi for 2.5, Ederson for 7.5, Gaitan for 6.75. So quite a few players did leave, but I felt the squad was too big last season, and in replace of those players, Depay and Markovic have already looked like good signings. Pineda looks like a brilliant one for the future, still just 23 years old and a lot of potential in him. And Penaranda, our recent striker brought in, he's got a lot of room to develop too, so I'm quite happy with the transfer business as it looks right now. My main priority was another striker and we've managed to bring him in, so I'm happy with our dealings. The main thing now is continuing our 100% winning streak in the league and this season actually, by trying to get a win over Fiorenze. Now for this match, Andrea Zivkovic is fit again and he's going to play down the right wing with Horta actually coming in to play on the left wing. Pineda, Cook and Thiago Maia are the midfield trio with Arce, Jardel, Vallejo and Fernandez the back four, Murray in goal and Jimenez up front. Lewis Cook forward to Raul Jimenez. He reverses it. Zivkovic was nearly in there, but it's Horta who snaps up the loose ball to get his third goal of the season already. Just 10 minutes left of a really uneventful game. Jardel on the ball at the moment, forward to Pineda. A little passing into play in the midfield. Markovic trying to head the ball onto nobody in particular. But there's a foul there from Jesus Vallejo, and we can be looking at our second red card of the season already. There it is. We're going to have to play the last 10 minutes with 10 men. Arce's stolen the ball, plays it into Penaranda, who's come on for Jimenez. Penaranda's shot just wide of the post. Free kick for Lincoln, edge of the area. He finds the top corner as he so often does from that position. His first goal of the season, and he wraps up these points for us. Late free kick put in by Fiorenze. Fernandez on the ball, able to bring it away. He then loses it to Ruben Lima before getting it back again. Thiago Maia having to play in central defence at the moment. Markovic on the attack down the right flank. Skips one tackle like a breeze. Finds Penaranda. Markovic again, 2 to aim at. He's come back to Markovic. There's Penaranda. And he's made it 3-0. And the 10 men have not wilted in the face of this huge challenge. And Penaranda gets his name on the score sheet. Well, there's the full-time whistle. It's a 3-0 victory. Very good 3-0 victory, given that we had a man sent off when we were just 1-0 up. It also means we return to the top of the table. Porto will need to also win by 3 goals to catch us and knock us off top spot. Well, the last Champions League game that we played in was actually the Champions League final at Valencia, so we now have our first game of the new group stage after returning Benfica to their rightful place of the Champions League. It's the most difficult fixture we've got in this group stage. Away against Monaco is going to be very tough to take on, even more so when we're lacking a left back. Emmanuel Mamana is going to have to deputise there because Grimaldo's still got a knock, not quite fit to start. And Arce was the unfortunate player who had to be cut from our Champions League squad because we just have one player too many, which is my oversight. on reflection, I maybe should have cut somebody else from the team, but he made sense and he didn't kick up a fuss about being dropped either. So it sort of worked out, and hopefully Grimaldo comes back to full fitness very soon. But we've then got Jardel, Vallejo and Pinheiro making up the rest of our back four for this game, ahead of Murray, with Thiago Maia, Penenda and Cook, the three in the middle. Horta is going to continue on the left flank after scoring in the last match, with Zivkovic and Jimenez up front. I'm using the home formation because I want to make use of the extra people sort of in midfield and maybe down the wing, but if it's not working, we will switch to the away formation in the second half. Lamar's got the free kick and he's found the top corner. It's similar to the one Lincoln scored earlier, but it's put us behind. Well, we are changing things up for the second half. That first half was just not good enough. We were not getting the efforts on target. So we're going to bring on both Lincoln and Penaranda and switch to the away formation in the hope that it can grab us a goal or two in this second half. Vallejo lays it off to Jardel. He finds Mamana. Now Lincoln in the middle going on a run to Penaranda. Lincoln again through to Jimenez, who gets the equaliser 7 minutes into the second half. It looks like the changes have worked and we're back on terms. Well, the full-time whistle has gone, and that goal from Jimenez has given us a point in the most difficult game we will play in this Champions League group. It also means that we are now top of the group with everybody having drawn. I think we're there on both the head-to-head ratio and goal difference, or goals scored at least. I think it was a 0-0. No, it was a 1-1 draw in the other fixture as well, so I'm not sure why we're top of the group. But that's where we are. We will take it, and we should be able to beat both Moscow and Mainz without too much trouble. Well, we are going to use the away formation for this game, and it means that Jimenez and Penaranda can start up front with Lincoln just behind them. It's then Samaris, Pineda and Cook in the middle, with Grimaldo, Jardel, Mamana and Fernandez the back four. Grimaldo finally back to fitness, and Murray is in goal. Lincoln finds Samaris with a short free kick. It's into Penaranda. He's in on goal, but it's saved by Ferreira. Victor on the ball, into Pedrinho. Gustafsson, out wide to Victor. Good tackle from Grimaldo, but he's given the ball away to Murillo, and now Victor's in behind Grimaldo. He's got two arriving in the box, and he's hit the post there. That's the first shot they've had in this game. Lewis Cook onto Lincoln. Ball played out to Fernandez on the right-hand flank. He finds Lewis Cook again. Ball stolen away from him. Now Duque to Pedrinho. Toze loses out to Cook. Lincoln through to Penaranda. Now Fernandez in a better position to get across him, but Duque gets the tackle in. And here comes Aral on to Toze. He's in behind the defence. He's going through. He's got two to aim at across, and Welton has put them in front. We are 1-0 down away from home. They've had two efforts. The first one hit the post. The second one's gone in. We've had 14, 8 on target and failed to score. Well, this is looking set to be one of those games. Just two efforts, one on target for them, and they've got the lead. We've had 18 efforts. Their keeper has made 9 saves, and yet they're on the attack again. It's Toze on the left flank. He puts the cross in. It's cleared out by Mamana. Fernandez can try and counter-attack. We've got just 3 minutes left to try and get an equaliser. Here's Lincoln. Over to Cook. Fernandez back across to Lincoln again. Now Samaris over the top, and Jimenez is fouled in the box. We've got a penalty in the 91st minute. Well, there's a lot of pressure on Jimenez to try and get the equaliser and keep our unbeaten start to the season alive. He's scored a couple of penalties already this season. He steps up and he finds the bottom corner. I thought the keeper was going to get there. We've got 90 seconds to try and find a winner. Well, there is a full-time whistle. We weren't able to find that winner in the last 90 seconds, but we really should have won that game. There's no doubt about it. We were lucky to get that penalty at the end, and it does keep us at the top of the table, but Porto can close the gap to 1 point. Braga level on points with us at the moment. Sporting really dropping points, 8 points there on. They can close the gap, though, down to 2 points as well. So if allowed ourselves to be caught up by other teams, but we have managed to maintain our unbeaten start to this season, which means that this episode has ended a little bit poorly by our usual standards. We won the first 4 games in the league, but 2 draws in a row away from home are not great, and we've got another away game next which we need to win. Then it's Mainz in the Champions League as well, but before the cup competition kicks off. And we've also got the away game in Moscow, which is going to be very difficult to handle. So a very tough episode to come next time as well. But I would expect us to get a few wins under our belts and hopefully still be top of the league table by the time next episode comes to an end. But that is going to be it for this episode. If you have enjoyed our return to the Champions League, do drop a like on the video and make sure to subscribe if you want to see how we get on in our second season at the club. But until next time, see ya.